Hi there, this is Jacob Nash Algebra Lessons, and this is Unit 6, Lesson 8. So this will probably be a kind of short lesson, because this isn't necessarily new content, but this is a type of problem that I didn't go over in the last lesson, so I thought I would go over it because there's ones like this that are kind of hard. So I just call this complicated exponent division radical problem. And it looks really crazy, but if you... That's what these things are like. They look crazy, but you can overcome that and just make it not look dumb. And there's a simple way to do it. Teachers will tell you, oh, you have to do all this, but there's lots of different ways you can do these things, but usually there's an easier way. So the tips, when there's something like this, you want to combine like terms, and if there's a division thing like this, before we would want to distribute this 2 here, so we see this 2. Okay, not on drawing mode yet. Before you would want to distribute that, you need to, well, you don't have to technically, but it would make things a lot simpler if you just combine like terms. And negative powers go on the denominator, and positive ones go on the numerator, so we can just switch these around instead of making it super complicated. So remember, when multiplying, you add exponents, and when dividing, you subtract exponents, and PEMDAS applies. So PEMDAS, in case you didn't know, that's parentheses, exponent, multiplication, and division, addition and subtraction. That's not necessarily relevant, but that's to say that it's probably better to do things in the parentheses first. So we combine like terms. I will highlight the different terms that there are. So we have an x to the 4th, we have an x to the 6th, and we have a x squared. We don't necessarily have to have this 3 right here, because that, even though that's a coefficient, we don't have to do that. So then we have, the only other thing we have is the y's, and we just combine the like terms. The first thing, oh, that's not the right thing. The first thing that I suggest doing is, before we combine like terms, just moving any negative thing to the opposite thing. So basically, you want to change, you basically just makes any exponent that's negative, switch it to the numerator or denominator. So in that case, we would have 3y cubed, because that's a positive exponent, x to the 6, only that, well, for now, we need to make these on the denominator because they have negative exponents. So we have x to the 4th, y to the 4th. Then we have x squared, and then this y to negative 1st should go on the top. Now we can combine like terms. Oh, and I forgot that too here. Okay, so now, like I said, when you would be multiplying the coefficients, you add the exponents, and when you would be dividing them, you add them. So, or sorry, divide, subtract. So let's again highlight these like terms. I used opposite colors this time. I can just do this. Okay, so you're either going to be adding or subtracting the numbers on the exponents. Well, we'll actually add for now, and then we'll subtract later. So we have, oops, that's not right. We have, for the y's up here, we have 3 and 1. So 3 plus 1 is y to the 4th. So we have y to the 4th. Nothing can go with that x for now, so we'll just do that. Okay. On the bottom, we have 2 x's. 4 and 2, that makes 6. X to the 6, and then just y to the 4th. Now now that we have it like this, we subtract exponents we subtract them. And we already would know when there's something the same on the numerator or denominator, we cancel out. So these would cancel out, but just in case you wanted to see why, we subtract exponents when we're dividing. So 6 minus 6 is 0. 0 means it's gone, and then y to the 4th divided by y to the 4th, that would be y to the 0th, which anything to the 0th, it's 1, but that makes sense because if there's nothing there, it's 1 anyways. So if we cancel all those things out, we would have 3 divided by 1, which is really just 3, squared, which equals 9. So that's how you would solve that problem. So even though that looked complicated, we got a simple answer. Just 9. Although that won't always happen. I just created this randomly. I didn't know that they were going to cancel out. That doesn't always happen. But anyways, that's how you can do a problem like that. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.